Hey membershippers, before we dive in, I just want to let you know that early bird tickets for Retain Live are on sale now, but only until April 30th. If you've never heard of it, Retain Live is our in-person conference exclusively for membership site owners, and it's happening this September in the UK. It's 2 full days of practical sessions, expert speakers, masterminds, and incredible networking with your fellow membership business owners, and it's all focused on helping you to attract, engage, and retain more members and build a successful membership business that lasts. Whether you've just recently launched or you're ready to scale, this is the place to be if you want to grow a thriving membership business. But early bird pricing disappears after April 30th, so head over to retainlive.com to grab your ticket today. Well, hello there. Welcome to the Membership Geeks podcast. I'm your host, Mike Morrison, chief geek around these parts, and today we are diving into one of the most important considerations for aspiring membership owners: validating that your membership idea has legs and that you can make it work. Now, you may have seen some advice out there that says you should just launch that membership. Throw your idea out there on social media, cast that vision, get some people excited, collect some payments from them, and boom, you've got a business. Just launch it. Doesn't matter if you're not ready. Don't need to worry about creating content. Don't need to even have a website set up. Get the idea out on social media, see if anyone's interested, see if they'll send you some money, and there you are. Everything builds from there. Does that actually work? Well, more often than not, it leads to a handful of members, a lot of stress, and an uphill battle to turn it into something sustainable. So, in this episode, we're talking about how to validate your membership idea the right way. That means ensuring that there's real demand, setting yourself up for long-term success, and avoiding the common pitfalls that trip people up when they rush in too soon. So let's get into it, and starting off by talking about why does validating your idea matter? Is that not just slowing things down? Is that not just boring? Is market research and validation not just something that bigger companies do when they're not on perhaps the time frame, the tight timeline that you're on? This whole thing of don't get it perfect, just get it going, it's valid. So why would we be spending extra time being cautious and using up time we could be selling a membership by doing this kind of validation? And I get it. Starting a membership is exciting. Of course it's exciting. We've had over 10,000 people come through Membership Academy. I've helped them all with their memberships. It's exciting. The idea of building that community, creating content about a topic you're passionate for, and generating recurring revenue is exciting. It is appealing, but it's only going to work if there's actually demand for what you're offering. You can't get carried away with that excitement and forget that you need to prove this concept, prove this idea. And that's where methodical idea validation comes in. Validation isn't just about proving that you love your idea. It's about making sure that other people are not only interested, but willing to pay for it. And also that you as a person have the ability to connect those excited, passionate people with the fantastic solution you have. You can have the best membership idea in the world, but if you can't sell it, if you can't design it and make it a reality in the way it should be, you're going to struggle. And if you don't have an audience already, you're going to struggle even more. A lot of people skip idea validation, and as a result, they struggle to attract members beyond an initial handful of early supporters. Now, there's a popular bit of advice floating around in certain corners of the online membership world that says you should just announce your idea. So figure out, this is who I want to help, this is what I want to help them with. And once you've got that vision, you've got that idea, just announce it on social media, take payments from people up front who express an interest, and then just figure everything else out later. This is incorrectly referred to as a founding member launch. On the surface, it sounds great. Simple. No need to overcomplicate things. No need to build a full membership before you even know it'll work. No need to invest time and money into technology or anything like that. But there's a flaw in this thinking. A handful of people paying you up front is not the same as proof of long-term demand. And this approach often falls short for a few main reasons. First and foremost, it's not true validation. Yes, it's exciting if you get that first member. You get a few people signing up before you've even created anything. But if you only get a few people signing up, you haven't proven that the market wants your membership. You've proven that a few people like the basic gist of your idea. It also puts pressure on you to deliver without a clear plan. Taking money before you've figured out what your membership will actually look like means you'll be scrambling to create content, structure, and value while trying to keep those first few members happy. If they're paying, that payment creates expectation. How can you satisfy expectations that are based on nothing, on thin air, on a vision? And it doesn't build real momentum. A few early signups will not sustain a business. If you don't have a plan to attract and retain more members, if you haven't gathered an audience, if you haven't done that research and validated that enough people will put their hand in their pocket and pay you to solve their problems, you're going to find yourself stuck before you even get going. So if this whole approach, just launch the idea, take some money, and then figure the rest out, if that doesn't work, that's not the best way to validate your idea. What should you do instead? And I will say before we dive into this, there are examples of people who've just announced an idea, they've started taking payment, and they have successful memberships that are flourishing with thousands and thousands of members. But usually there's some pieces of the puzzle when that story is told, when those case studies are used as proof that this approach works. There's usually some parts that you're not being told. Usually they have a huge audience. Usually they're selling other things. And usually their actual success is driven from affiliates and their network and the fact that they are big names in their industry. They are usually the exception, not the rule. Generally, and I get tired of seeing this, most people who go down this road, they maybe get half a dozen members at most and they never move beyond that. In fact, someone came to us for help the other day who had gone down this path. They'd done this founding member launch 2 years ago. They got 4 members, 3 of which don't even fit the right member profile. They launched it dirt cheap. 2 years on, they have 3 members. 3 of the same people who joined when they launched. And that's heartbreaking. So, before I get the soapbox out, let's talk about what you should do instead to validate your idea the right way. So rather than jumping straight into asking people for money in exchange for a vague vision, focus on gathering real validation through these steps. First, build your audience. If you don't have an audience, your membership will struggle. Before you think about launching anything, take the time to grow a community around your expertise. This could be through a podcast like this one, through a blog or YouTube channel, a free Facebook group or LinkedIn community, and using that to drive signups to an email list where you're providing valuable insights, you're building that trust, and you're able to tap into your audience almost as a testing ground. If you can't get people to engage with your free content, it's unlikely they'll pay for premium content inside a membership. And once you have an audience, start testing your idea by creating content around it. See what resonates. Are people asking questions? Are they engaging with discussions? Are they expressing frustration about a problem that your membership could solve? If you can get people talking about the challenges that you want to help them with, that's a great sign that your idea has legs, that there's demand for more, for next steps, for assistance, for solutions. And then use a waitlist to gauge demand. Instead of taking money up front for your idea before you have a solid offer, start with a waitlist. Announce your idea, set up a landing page, and ask people to join an email waitlist if they're interested. This is one of the first things anyone who is looking to start a membership should do once they have their concept locked in. Don't put it out there and ask people to give you money. Money for what? Get a waitlist that starts to capture interested people who will be the first people you go to when your membership is launched. And we have a whole episode here at the Membership Geeks about how to effectively use a waitlist to give your membership the best possible start when you launch. A waitlist gives a real sense of demand without the pressure of taking money before you're ready. If only a few people sign up to an email waitlist, that's a sign you might need to tweak your idea or refine your messaging. And before going all in, consider creating what I call a minimum viable membership. This involves building a lean version of what will become your final membership site. You don't need 12 months of content ready to go. You don't need every bell and whistle and all the features. You just need the basics. A simple platform where members can log in, a core piece of content, a course, a workshop, or a schedule of live sessions, and a way to engage with your members, a forum, a social media group that's private to members, or live Q&A sessions. The key with your minimum viable membership is to start small and grow from there. Unlike the whole just launch it, founding member launch approach, this ensures you actually have something of value to offer from day one, something to give people in exchange for what they pay you. And then you can build the rest out as you go. And rather than doing this founding member launch, which isn't really a launch, it's just taking money as almost a pre-order. Instead of doing that, do a structured beta launch, where a small group of early adopters get access in exchange for them giving you more feedback than a typical member might, and actually fulfilling some tasks for you that help you to test out your platform. Offer these beta testers a special introductory price, set clear expectations so that they know this is an early stage version, and use their feedback to refine and improve before opening the doors to the wider market. This approach ensures you have a working membership, real members providing feedback, and a roadmap for improvement. Really, it is all about long-term success, setting yourself up for the long term, not just giving yourself that short-term dopamine hit that comes when you put your idea out there and you have a couple of people backing you. That is fantastic, and it's great to share your vision on social media. Just don't consider that the launch of a membership when you haven't even fleshed out what that idea is. It's great, and it's essential to get clarity on who you want to serve, how you want to serve them, what problem that solves, and what that enables them to do. That is fantastic. That is fundamental. But that's not the point where you start taking money. That's not the point where you have launched a membership. You've launched nothing. You've come up with an elevator pitch. You need to do the work. You need to develop further. You need to properly validate your membership idea. Validating your membership is about more than just getting a handful of people to say yes to a concept. Skipping the validation process leads to memberships that struggle to grow, frustrated founders scrambling to deliver value, and ultimately businesses that never reach their full potential. But if you take the time to build an audience, test engagement, create a waitlist, and launch with a real foundation, you'll be setting yourself up for long-term success. Memberships are a marathon, not a sprint. Take the time to do it right, and you'll thank yourself later. So what did you think? How did you validate your membership idea? What worked and what didn't work for you? Did you do a founding member launch? Did you just get the concept out there, take money? How did that go for you? Did you find you had to reset? Did you find that set pressure and expectations on you? Would you prefer you did it a different way? Or are you now stuck because of the start that you got off to? I'd love to hear from you. Either way, it might have worked real well for you, and certainly there's people who have been able to achieve success despite going down that route, but it's not what I would recommend. And having been in this game as long as I have, working with tens of thousands of memberships, I can tell you the ones who achieve sustainable long-term success, they do not fast forward those early fundamental stages of developing their idea. There are no shortcuts, and this whole founding member launch concept is a shortcut. So hit me up on social media. You can connect at Membership Geeks across all major platforms. Or if you go to talkmemberships.com, that'll take you to our free group with 20,000 membership owners in there. We can chat a bit more about that in there. And if you're an Academy member, you know that we can keep that conversation going and dive even deeper into everything you need to know about launching a membership the right way over inside Membership Academy by following our proven membership roadmap that will help you to launch the right way. That's all included inside Membership Academy. Head over to membershipacademy.com to join us there. That is it for today's episode. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a review, and share it with a fellow membership site owner. Thanks as ever for tuning in. I'll see you next time on the Membership Geeks podcast. Bye for now. Let's be honest, how many events and conferences actually move the needle for your business? Retain Live 2025 is one of them. It's our in-person conference for membership site owners happening this September, and we're now in the final days of early bird pricing. Ticket prices go up after April 30th. Just picture yourself walking away with a notebook full of ideas, proven strategies, and the confidence to take your membership to the next level. Surrounded by people who actually get what you do and what you're trying to achieve, who have been where you are and who are at where you want to go. That's what Retain Live 2025 delivers. So if you're serious about your membership growth, do your future self a favor. Go to retainlive.com, grab your ticket, and join us this September. It's going to be something special, and this is your final chance to save on your ticket and secure your spot. Head over to retainlive.com now.